Alrighty, everybody. Minister Brother Derrick here. I just want to do this real quick. It's 4:39, so let's go ahead and get it. Let's just go ahead and get this. I'm going to drop it for you. Stop, look, and listen. Please stop resisting. It's a new day. Let's try a new way. Jesus put an offer on the table, and everyone out there is now able to come home with God in your heart. You're never alone if you believe me. You don't need that weed. Give Jesus a hug and put down those drugs. The victory over death is already won. So why are you picking up that gun? If your spirit is activated and fake, why do you need that alcoholic drink? Because the devil tells you, he rules you, he fools you. But the minister is here to school you. I'm here to preach. I'm here to teach. And it's you I'm trying to reach through this song that I compose. When Jesus comes back, only God knows. Are you ready or are you sitting heavy? Are you ready or are you sitting heavy? You won't be if you follow me. I won't win that. Oh God, what can I say about thee? You still love us sinners and you offer your grace for free. I'm not worthy, but you still search me out of a life of sin. And with Jesus' help, I know I can win. I love serving my Lord. He opens the door to a relationship with God. This is the only way in. In the name of Jesus, I always pray and I lay myself as a footstool for the lost demons. I know that it's not true to be a believer, but I'm not put my soul in the hands of the deceiver, a wicked devil who brings up inward trouble. I put my desires on ice and on for reaching paradise. A day with no pain, no stress. You gave me the way, and now I'm blessed. You can test me, let the devil stress me. But baby, hell is one place I don't want to see. So stop, look, and listen. Please stop resisting. It's a new day. Let's try a new way. Are you ready or are you sitting heavy? Stop, look, and listen. Please stop resisting. It's a new day. Let's try a new way. Minister Brother Derrick. I hope y'all enjoyed that. Peace, everyone. This is Minister Brother Derrick. I'm coming at y'all real. And that's what I did. It's really hard to be a Christian in 2020. Yes, it is. Everybody seems to have a double stamp on it. And we don't get no respect in the world. We are considered weak. We are considered strong. We are considered dumb for believing in the book. But yet these people have no moral. And you see what we get no credit. So this is for those who are hanging, who are remaining, who are clinging on the Jesus. Let's get it. Every day I dance before the Lord. So I say connect with Jesus like an extension cord. I walk on water stripes. As long as my name is no. Where we at? 8:05 mark. My bad, y'all. We did the 8:05 mark. Hold on. My bad. I said my bad. Alrighty, everybody. 8:05. Minister Brother Derrick here. I just want to do this real quick. It's 4:39. So let's go ahead and get it. Rock with your life now. There we go. You know your soul will go on forever, so you better realize that you need God or you will be surprised. My bad, y'all. The pain of a flame that never goes out. The pits of hell where the heat swells up. There's no relief. Not for a moment of peace. It's always a hiccup in everything we do, but we fix it. There's someone in the background singing, burn, baby, burn. This isn't normal. Burn, baby, burn. I'm a walking inferno. But seriously, though, this won't happen. If Jesus come back and finds you now, see, no one knows the time of day. But if you follow the word, it won't matter anywhere. Because in heaven, no one will ever be sick or shed a tear. So in this round, I show no fear. What you gonna do? Kill me? Make me a martyr? Give me a head start? Put me on the fast track? So keep macking, keep stacking, keep on shacking up. But get caught napping and the jig is up. And I just wanna say, I love you, Jesus. follow you wherever you lead us.
I love you, Jesus.
I love you, Jesus. Don't let that devil deceive us.
I love you, Jesus.
If you think that witnessing to
What's
your
that
neighbor
for,
is
man?
weird, think of foreign countries with statues of idols
I
always there.
love you,
Nations
Jesus.
of people who don't know God, only mythical characters like a paddle battle
I
with
love
God.
you,
Most
Jesus.
Americans believe in one Lord, one superior being. Christians should
I
be
love
born on
you,
souls by the
Jesus.
million, but we spend our time fulfilling the desires of our flesh. We won't give Jesus our best effort, but we ask for blessings that we don't
I
deserve.
love you,
And you wonder
Jesus.
why our prayers are not heard. In church, you put down those you really admire. You know you have a desire to make that easy money, drive the fancy car,
I
and feel like
love
a
you,
star. When you
Jesus.
enter the bars and clubs, deep down your spirit isn't for God or His ways. So why should anybody listen to a darn thing you say? I love you, Jesus. Follow you wherever you lead us.
I love you, Jesus.
I love you, Jesus. Don't let the devil deceive us.
I love you, Jesus.
I love you, Jesus. We'll follow you wherever you lead us. Let the Holy Spirit feed us. And one more time. I love you, Jesus. All right, y'all, let's get it. Let's get to the Bible study. The minister, Brother Derek Show. Let's get it.
Let's get it. All right, y'all. Give me a sec. I'm working with this projector here, so cut me some slack. Close that Windows Media. Welcome to the show, everybody. I should have turned another light on. My bad. Looking like I'm in the dark here. Welcome to the show, y'all. We went out yesterday on a bike ride, so we didn't do the Saturday sermon, and it was because of it rained all day Friday, and tried to order DoorDash. That didn't work out, so we wound up going. You know, just because you have more, don't mean you have more. I'm finding that out. Things are still difficult. It's not as difficult. It's a little easier. Y'all know that we've been studying evil, how to keep evil out your life, and how to keep evil away from you. And we're going to stay on that topic. Because we're going to ask the Bible, how do we deal with evil? See, the hard thing about evil isn't some monster that's gory, and evil is usually the most attractive thing you can think of. Because it's not the person or the item, it's what is put behind it that determines whether or not it's good or evil. You know, some of the most attractive people in the world are some of the most evilest. Evil comes in all shapes and sizes, but it always comes. And it comes to feed, because evil needs attention. It needs your love. It needs your trust. It needs your desire for it. Evil needs to be wanted. Once you learn how to shun evil, it opens your pathway to have a connection with God, because you can't love evil and God at the same time. Some of you try to. You think that you can have your cake and eat it too. It doesn't quite work that way. We try to have the bad stuff over here and the good stuff over here, and we don't let the good stuff see the bad stuff, and we don't let the bad stuff see the good stuff. See, the evil don't mind being mixed in with the good stuff, but the good don't want nothing to do with the evil. So evil's job is to conceal itself and make its way among the good, so that it can slowly change people that are good into either accepting the evil or becoming more evil. We know that those who are separated from God, they are marked for the lake of fire. And if people who love evil are okay with that, then that's their business. But see, evil doesn't stop there. Evil knows what's going to happen to itself, but evil wants to bring good with it. It's going into the furnace. The people that love evil know they're going into the furnace. They know they're going into the lake of fire. And if that's their business, then okay, that's you. But evil isn't satisfied with that. It's okay with going into the lake of fire, but it wants to take everybody it can with it into the lake of fire. Evil doesn't have a problem with hurting people. But people who love evil like to make other people evil too. And if it can't make you evil and make you join it, it destroys you. It tries to. Those that have a connection with God, you're not immune from evil. But if you cling to Him, you can be immune from it corrupting you. You can be immune, okay, from it putting you in the position where you have to get into the lake of fire. Following the will of God will keep you out of the snatches of the evil. Because the evil wants you. The more misery and mayhem evil can create, the happier it is. See, beings that enjoy evil don't love themselves. They need you to tell them that they okay. Fastest way to tell somebody who might be participating in evil, they always asking you, are they okay? Do you like them? Do you appreciate them? A Christian is worried about, does God appreciate me? Does God like what I'm doing? Somebody that's evil wants another human being to tell them, several human beings to tell them that they're doing good. And evil is so afraid of you leaving it. It constantly asks you, hey, you good? Are you okay? Because see, evil doesn't have confidence. If evil had confidence, it wouldn't need to surround itself with other people. You see somebody that's always got to be around a bunch of people, that's always got to be in the mix, always trying to be helpful in the background. You can tell that person doesn't have confidence in themselves. And rather than trying to focus on God's will, it tried to take its own will and impose it on the people around them and society. It tries to get you to accept what they know is wrong, but to make it the status quo, to slowly bring it in and make it acceptable. Because evil knows it's not acceptable. Evil knows it doesn't really have a solid place. It doesn't have a background. It needs people to be the background. When we as human beings understand that when we shun evil, evil runs away, but it comes back with help. If somebody's picking on you and they attack you and they find out that they can't beat you by themselves, they go convince some more evil people to come. Thank you. Isn't that what we call getting ganked? Isn't that what we call gang mentality? I'm not strong enough alone, but in numbers, we can overwhelm. Because see, the one thing I've been telling y'all for years, good people only link up when it's a major catastrophe going on. The evil will come out, and the good come out and link up. Evil don't need a reason to link up and cause problems. They don't need a reason. Something not going their way, they don't feel included in something, they go find other people that's not included. And at first they'll try to say, well, we'll start our own group. But they can't build. Evil can't create anything good. It can only destroy, deceive, put down. So, it needs to be around good people who can create. So evil's mission is to take the most creative people so they can keep creating mayhem, but also become mainstream. Evil can't do it by itself. How many dive bars you know that's full of evil people that will never be big? Look at the music that's evil inspired. It can't become mainstream. You know, you got the grunge, 20 different kinds of rock and roll, but only they can make a splash, but they can't become worldwide. Then they came up with the idea of collaboration. What do you think a collaboration is? A collaboration is when you put something that don't go with something and you put it together to draw in people because that something is mainstream and you're not. So by linking up with somebody that's mainstream, you hoping that you can infiltrate the fans of what's mainstream and bring them in. That's how evil works. It's usually a few that try to become the multitude by infiltrating themselves into society. They start small, but they work their way. You know, when real Christians stop enjoying evil in secret, evil won't have nothing to do. But it can hide. Evil can hide among the good if the good will accept it. A lot of evil happen on Fridays and Saturdays. People ain't got to work and they can go out there and get crazy. But Sunday night, they put the evil away and come out Monday morning acting like they ain't evil. But what they don't understand is the evil has already infiltrated. So even though you're not thinking about the evil is thinking about you. And as you go off to work or go off to school, evil is in tow behind you. You find yourself getting into arguments at work. You find yourself getting into problems in the school. It starts really subtly. But you think you all right, you got it under control, and then one day you find yourself suspended. You find yourself in the schoolyard fighting. Before you started to accept evil, you would never have done these things. But once you let the evil in your house, evil comes in many forms. Some of you parents, your kids beg for these video games. I was young when they first came out. I remember we weren't allowed to play them. I remember we weren't allowed to watch R-rated movies. There wasn't no internet. There wasn't no Twitter. There was no Facebook. There was no YouTube. It was hard for the evil to get to you. But then video games became mainstream. Before you knew it, maybe 1 in 50 households had a video game in it. Now, 1 in 5. when the video games first came out, you had games like Frogger, Super Breakout. Then the game started getting a little more grotesque. You came up with Mario, where you stomp on people and you throwing fireballs and killing things. You had Donkey Kong, where you're trying to kill this gorilla, he trying to kill you. It started subtle. You had Space Invaders, where these aliens are coming and you trying to kill all these aliens to save the Earth. The evil came in subtly, but then the evil got more aggressive. Doom was a big hit. In the game, all you is a gun, and you walking around looking for things to kill. Now they got games where you can change and have 10 different kinds of weapons. And you have to kill people to get ammunition from them so you can go kill more people. What the evil is doing with these games is it's making you accept killing somebody. The Bible says the human being is the most important thing on this earth. But if I can convince you that a dog is more important, that a cat is more important, that a lion in the jungle is more important, that a giraffe is more important, I've got you to drop your values. I've got you to accept that killing is not the worst thing you can do. He had to go, whatever. They put drugs in the cities. And now it's more important to have some jewelry around your neck, some gold in your mouth, some nice tennis shoes. I remember in the 80s, if you had a puff leather coat and somebody wanted it, they would kill you for it. A coat. A junkie will kill you for some crack. A human life is not worth more than a crack rock. You have young men and women that's walking around with guns on them. Don't even know how to shoot them. But they got guns on them because they're afraid somebody's going to hurt them because they selling the crack. We can go back to our history. People sitting there up in houses, gated communities, electrified fences. They got 10 guns loaded in the house. Because evil got them thinking, you know, some minorities coming up here to take what I got. Most minorities won't even walk by your gated community because they know the cops going to pull them up. But you in the house hiding with your alarms on and electrified fences up. Most minorities not thinking about you, but evil got you thinking that they coming. And the news love to show you things. It's very hesitant to show you things on the people that look like you, but it'll show the other people in the worst way possible. They won't hesitate. That's how evil works. It gets in your mind and gets you to do things that you don't want to do, but it makes you believe you have to do it. If somebody does something to you, but they don't hurt you and they don't kill you, evil will come and tell you you have to go retaliate. You know you're not built for retaliation, but you let the evil, whether it be people, whether it be something you read, whether it's something you saw on TV, whether it's been infused into the culture, you believe that even though you ain't built for war, that you have to go to war. Some of y'all are saying, yeah, if somebody do something to me, I'm going to do it back 10 times to them. Is that the will of God? God says he'll fight for you. I will wipe away your enemies. But if you impatient and you need revenge now, you tell God, go sit down somewhere. Get on the curb. I got this. If God says, let me handle it, and you can't wait for him to handle it, you got to get your revenge now. You're not listening to God, you're listening to evil. Because evil has baited you in. And you taking the bait like a fish on a hook. So now you don't have God's protection. And you going out to meet evil head on. And then when something happened to you, when it go wrong, then you come back and say, well, God, why didn't you help me? Because God never told you to go attack anybody. He said, I got this, let me do it. But you can't wait. You got your friends and your family who are using evil to make you feel like you got to go do something. The most dangerous part of a fight is not when it happens. It's when the fight is over. Because the person that lost, when they get back around their friends, they get railed on so much. The friends amp them up so much, they feel they must pick up a gun and come kill you. But on the other side, if you won the fight, the people around you that got evil in them is going to tell you, if you don't get him, he going to come get you. So if you call yourself a Christian, you can't repay evil with evil unless it's life or death. Somebody does something to you and you don't retaliate, that doesn't make you a punk. That makes you a follower of God. God said, I got this. I have to go to the bathroom. Y'all got it? Let me play something while I go. I know I hit the button. Are you back? They gotta be so loud.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. The one that shows how I do it. Praise be God. Praise be God. Just want him to know. Let him know that everything I do for you. For everything I do for you. Oh God, Jehovah, it's all the same. I always live to praise your name. You know what? I thank you, Lord, for waking me up today. In the name of Jesus, I always pray. You can't reach the Father without the Son. Please forgive all the sins I've done. Watch over me as I work. I know I'm supposed to be. I can't be hurt by Satan. He's waiting me with temptation. It's hard to resist, so I depend on the gift of the Holy Spirit. I'm really sure of your promise of eternal life, so I can go to strife of this round. Knowing you're at the helm, I gotta give all that I have. My possession, my talent, my.
Alrighty, I'm back. Sorry about that, y'all. I had to go. Like I was saying, when you are planning your revenge, are you thinking of God when you're doing it? Are you thinking of Jesus when you're doing it? No, you're not. But you expect them to help you. When they told you, we got this. Some of you say, no, they don't. You don't know how many times. You probably do know how many times you had a problem with somebody. Somebody kept bothering you, kept harassing you, kept humiliating you in front of your friends. And then one day, you come around and you find out something happened to them. You found out they got locked up. You found out that they got moved somewhere. It might be the next day. It might be the next week. It might be 2 months, 4 months, 6 months. But it happened. I found out that a dude had a problem with me, and it wasn't even nothing I done. But he was planning to shoot me. I was new to the area. But some of the men in his family came to scope me out. When they came and was around me, they told me this later. They couldn't figure out why he wanted to shoot. But he did. And the men in the family told me, we told him you wasn't a bad guy. Why does he want to shoot you? He still wanted to shoot me. Well, one day he was getting ready to come find me, and he bumped into somebody else, and he shot them. That guy's doing 20 years of life right now. The family members didn't tell me that the guy was looking to shoot me, but some of the knuckleheads came around and said that, and they were like, what you gonna do about it? And I went against what I knew God wanted me to do. And I asked one of the knuckleheads, where can I get a gun at? Where can I get a stolen or unlisted gun at? Because if the fool come around me, I'm gonna take him out before he take me out. And the guy said, you don't want that life. You always preaching about to die. You ain't. You better than this. I seen the impact that you have. You better than this. Why you gonna let something like this bring you down? He said, I got this. I never seen that dude again. You know what I did, Sam? When I turned the news on and found out that he shot that other person. That could have been me. Or if I had shot him first, that could have been me doing the 20 to life. But God sent somebody who he knew could get to me and stop me from doing what I was going to do. Now, see, if I was full of the evil, I wouldn't have paid that person no mind. And like I said, I could be in the graveyard right now, or I could be at the Maryland State Penitentiary doing 20 to life. Instead of fear or rage, or I wouldn't pray. And the dude was taken out of my life. I told y'all about the time that I was in elementary school and my sister got in a fight with a girl, and we used to go pick up our little brother from the daycare center. Me and my sister, we all had like 15 different pathways, to get home, cutting through alleys, cutting through the woods, And then we had a meetup point. But we would meet up at we got our school, we was in different grades, but we would meet up on the same street corner, and then we go pick them up and take them home. I was waiting at the corner, and she was walking up, and the girl had came, and she had her two sisters with her, and they started attacking my sister. I ran up and shoved all three of them, and the girl our age, she went down. The other two girls, they were high school girls. We were elementary school. They didn't go down. But I noticed that when she went down, she skinned her knees up. She was hurt. The two sisters forgot about my sister and started chasing me. So I ran out in traffic. It was the bus kind of lane, where it's almost a double lane, and then it was a middle lane and another lane, an island, and then the same thing on the other side. So it was a pretty big street. I ran out and ran alongside the cars. So I was in the street, and cars was flying down, blowing at me. But I'm staying to the side. Like if you would see somebody riding a bike in the street, they stay close as much to the right as possible, so that the cars can go around or ride by and still fit. I ran like that. We didn't have bike lanes then. But it was something that me and my friends, we used to play in the street. Dodge the cars. I took off and they took off behind me, but they wasn't willing to dart in front of the cars like I was. So I got away. I looked back, my sister was gone. Job well done. So I went to the meetup spot, and her and our little brother was there. We went on a walk home. The next day, I'm coming, and I'm coming through a lot. It used to be houses there, but it's pretty much abandoned, but it's right next to the school. It's like a big lot, and they got like a strip of row houses on this end, strip of row houses on that end, strip of row houses at the far end, and you go through the cut, and the school's right there. I'm coming to, I look up, I see the girl, and both her knees are bandaged up. And she was Mexican. You know how them Chicanos are. It must have been about 20 of them then. I said, uh-oh, this ain't gonna go well. At the time, I was a usher. I was on the junior usher board at church. And I thought, God, I need you now. So they came up. And the girl's father said, is this the one? Actually, he said, is this the Vato? And she said, see. He looked back at all the people with him and he said, you're familiar here. Do whatever you want to do to him. And she ran up and gave me a kick in the shin. It didn't even hurt. And the father said, that's it? She said, yeah. That's all I wanted. And they turned around and walked away. Leave me sitting there like, what the hell? Even though we were at the same school, I never ran into her again. Isn't that amazing? How did I make out that situation? It was God. I asked God to handle it, and He did. Now, I could have bucked up, even though I was outnumbered. I could have bucked up, picked up some sand and threw it in the faces, and got some rocks. You know, I had my slingshot in my back pocket with my rock. I could have tried, but it wouldn't have ended well. The voice in my head was telling me, you got to make something happen. But something else said no. Then you ask God to handle it. Do you do that? Or do you go off at the hinges? Do you let God do what He promised to do? It might not be when you want it. It might not be instant. You might not get credit for it when it happened. Why do you need credit? Why do you need credit from other people? I got to school. The other kids was looking, but they were kind of hiding behind the house, but they were looking. They were like, oh, I'm surprised you made it to school. I'm surprised you ain't going to the hospital. And I didn't say nothing. They tried to make fun of me. I didn't give them the satisfaction. I was grateful. But see, some of the kids was like, now you need to go and get her back. After what I just survived, why would I be stupid enough to go retaliate? I launched that girl about 5 feet and messed her knees up. Scars she probably still carrying today. And all she did was give me a tap on the shin. God handled it. Why do I have to go? Why do I have to say, well, you know, you didn't do enough. You should have set down some fire and burnt them up. No, I was allowed to go on about my business. I'm not innocent. I pushed all 3 of them girls. Back then, like it is now, where women are considered more equal, back then, you put your hands on a woman, you had to deal with the uncle, the cousins, the brothers, the fathers. Well, why would I want to start a war over something, to be honest with you, had nothing to do with me? The girl wasn't mad at me. I didn't do nothing to her. And if it would have been a fair fight with just her and my sister, it would have been a fair fight. But she brought 2 teenagers. She brought 2 high school girls. That wasn't a fair fight. So it didn't matter they were female. Something had to be done, and I did it. But do you let God fight for you, or do you minimize? Do you not allow Him to fight for you? Do you fall into the evil trap of trying to do things yourself? Things that you know you ain't built to do, and things that you really ain't ready for. That's why it's a lot of people in the grave. That's why there's a lot of people in prison. Because we let evil tell us that the human life isn't worth nothing. It's expendable. When you look in the Bible and you hear the stories about travesties going on, the only time we see really story about travesty is when a young white girl go missing, or when the police shoot a minority at a traffic stop. Other than that, it's, oh well, I didn't know. We let evil tell us that our lives ain't worth nothing. That an animal who Adam and Eve used to tell what to do is now more important than a human being. You can't have evil and have God at the same time. You gotta choose one or the other. Let's take a look at an article that I downloaded at random. You ever get Facebook messages? I don't even, I just swipe them away. I don't even pay them no mind. Wait a minute, is it already set up? I thought I had it set up already. Oh, no big deal. All right. I gotta drop that. There we go. Wait a minute. Wrong thing. Hold on. There we go. All right. Because of the projector, I gotta bring that down. Yeah, you at 100%. Why would you be at 100%? Don't we hear you at like we can take it. We take it higher, a little higher. Nope. Right there. Okay. All right. All right. This popped up first in my search. I asked the question, and this popped up first. So let's see why it popped up first. Is it possible not to seek revenge? One of the chief tenets of Christian ethics is not to strike back against someone who hurt you. The Apostle Paul says in Romans chapter 12, bless those who persecute you. Bless and do not curse. Do not repay anyone evil for evil. Do not take revenge, my dear friends, but leave room for God's wrath. For it is written, it is mine to avenge. I will repay, says the Lord. This is the Lord speaking. It is mine to avenge. I will repay, says the Lord. On the contrary, if your enemy is hungry, feed him. If he is thirsty, give him something to drink. Think of a time a person or organization has hurt you. Is this something you could do? This teaching divides into 2 points. Let me close this fucking flag. Y'all see that? 1, don't strike back or seek revenge against someone who has hurt you. As Taylor Swift says, there's nothing I do better than revenge. You've got to admit, it's almost automatic. If someone pushes you, the natural response is to immediately push back. Of course, some don't respond immediately. You've heard the saying, revenge is a dish best served cold. If they did it to you, you should do it to them worse. The Bible is asking us to deny our automatic natural response. Needless to say, this is very hard to do. Paul tells us the reason we are not to strike back. Leave room for God's wrath. For it is written, it is mine to avenge, I will repay, says the Lord. So if your argument against this is, but they'll get away with it. Apparently that's not so. It's just that you don't get to decide and exact the punishment. Could you trust God enough to leave it in his hands? Whoa. Whoa. And I see why this was first in the list. This popped up. I see why it popped up. Good job, Holy Spirit. Paul tells us the reason we are not to strike back, to leave room for God's wrath. For it is written, it is mine to avenge, I will repay, says the Lord. But if your argument against this is, but they'll get away with it, apparently that's not so. It's just that you don't get to decide and exact the punishment. Could you trust God enough to leave it in his hands? Notice that Paul's plea here is not to pretend that it doesn't hurt or to convince yourself it's not that big of a deal. No, it does hurt and it is a big deal. Paul even says that some of the Christians he was writing to were going to be imprisoned and killed for their faith. Think of the hundreds of Christians killed at the churches in Sri Lanka on Easter. God will handle this. He's done us the favor of taking it out of our hands. As Gandhi said, an eye for an eye makes the whole world blind. I find it's actually a relief to live this way. Vengeance is someone else's department. It's one thing to not strike back, but the Bible takes it a step further. Not only don't retaliate, but actively bless them. This is even harder. It's one thing to forgive someone. What's he for? Hold on. It's one thing to forgive someone or not seek revenge, but can you imagine doing something that will bless or help the person who hurt you? A lady in my church told me that if someone at a job hurts or insults her, she goes to Panera and buys one of those big wrapped chocolate chip cookies and gives it to them the next day. She says it really does make me feel better. To repay evil with evil is to immediately lose the battle to evil. To repay evil with evil is to immediately lose the battle to evil. That's another way of saying what I said. I say it again. To repay evil with evil is to immediately lose the battle to evil. The only way to defeat evil is by doing good to the one who has done you harm. In other words, if you hate a person who has wronged you, then that person has won. If you hate a person who has wronged you, then that person has won. One of my favorite authors, Tim Keller, says, when we identify evil too closely with the evildoer, we believe we need to destroy the evildoer in order to destroy evil. If you use Sauron's ring to try to do good, he's got you. I'm not sure what Sauron's ring is, but I can use my imagination. When we identify evil too closely with the evildoer, we believe we need to destroy the evildoer in order to destroy evil. There's a woman who has hurt me a number of times through the years. Recently, I saw that she started a GoFundMe page to cover some personal medical expenses. So I decided to donate. I don't know if she saw it, but I felt like I was doing what God asked. Of course, Jesus is the best example of this. They beat and cursed him, and on the cross he still said, Father, forgive them, and took our sin upon himself. How are Christians doing at this, at not striking back, at forgiving, at blessing the person who has hurt them? We struggle, to be honest. That's why we go to church, to be reminded of these things and encourage one another in them. As Jesus said in the Sermon on the Mount, you have heard it was said, love your neighbor and hate your enemy. But I tell you, love your enemies and pray for those who persecute you, that you may be the children of your Father in heaven. He causes his sun to rise on the evil and the good and send rain on the righteous and the unrighteous. You know, since I was born in 70, I was born right after the civil rights struggle. I've never known Jim Crow. I've never had a white person call me the N-word. I remember saying roots as a child, mandingo. So I have a knowledge of knowing the past and knowing that one word around the wrong people could bring all that back. But the last two generations don't have that same knowledge, or they have it, but the evil has convinced them that that won't happen. You know, a lot of the places that I take y'all, you don't see a lot of black people there. Be honest. A lot of the neighborhoods you see me riding through 50 years ago, I might have rode through there and never came back, or be found hung on a tree. I appreciate the fact that God was able to touch enough people that I never had to experience any of that. There were some slaves that waited on God and knowing that they might not see it, that their kids might not see it, but their great grandkids might. But then you got some like Nat Turner who decided that he was going to get a band together and they were going to go, and instead of waiting for God, they were going to go. It was only 30 of them or so, but they thought they were going to, you know, they were going to take on a whole country of people. They had no land. They had nowhere to go. Had no idea how to get back to Africa. But they were going to take on a country who had, years earlier, took out the greatest army in the world. And he thought with 25 people, maybe 30, that he was going to annihilate them. Do you think God told him to do it? Or do you think evil told him to do it? But I'm more respectful when I go to these areas that I know that 30 years ago, somebody might have called you the N-word and ran you out of there. I'm respectful not out of fear. Or should I say, not out of fear of the actual people, but out of fear that all it takes is one incident to give the evil that might still be alive from the generations before me to get on a rallying cry and try to bring that negativity that they could put on the younger folk. And it might not be me, but it might be somebody younger than me that might just wander through and wind up taking the brunt because I wanted to act a fool. That's why I'm respectful. Now, if somebody put their hands on me, then we're gonna do what it do. But I'm respectful because I know the generation before me and those before me couldn't do what I do right now. When y'all hear me say, I don't want to stay in the same place too long, or y'all hear me say, you don't see nobody else that look like me back here, I'm not joking. I'm literally taking you into the abyss. Because 50 years ago, riding through that area, you be lucky to come home. I kid you not. We ride by that school and I tell you about it. Because my mother taught there and they ran her out. I tell y'all about that store. The video's up that used to be there. That Chinese store that used to be there. Go look at the video. You hear me say it ain't here. Why ain't it here? Because they used to write in red ink, Chink, get the hell out of here. I know when I ride through, there's probably a senior citizen in their rocking chair, rocking, going, look at him riding through here. You wouldn't have done that in my day, boy. But as long as I don't do anything, he's not going to do anything. Unless he has a really bad day. As long as I come through and I'm respectful, there's no reason for him to do anything. God was able to touch enough people to override the way of thinking that was there before. But I see the youth come through there now as we riding, and they don't have no idea and I just hope it don't come to the fact that I pick up the paper one day and I see that a bunch of people got hurt because they didn't know the history. And before y'all say this racist, you can Google this. They're literally in that area. I kid you not. They're literally was an old white man was told, get you and your rich old white ASSs out of my bar. And it happened recently. So they do it to themselves. Woo. That's why I'm respectful when I go around there. But the youth today, they don't have that respect. Seeing something on TV ain't the same as hearing it from people that went through it. Like I said, I'm lucky I never had to go through it. I've always been respectful. Even when I was right, I've always been respectful. Told you I've delivered a lot of things, furniture, people. That's mostly the times when I would come across them. And I had to realize whether I was the first to be hired for that position or whether I was third, I represent the men in my city to that job. If I come there and do a good job and don't be lazy, they'll hire somebody else that look like me. If I go there and mess up, they won't hire unless the government make them. Nobody never said anything to me. I've had more problems with people that look like me than people that don't. But if they muttered something under the breath and I didn't hear them, or if they waited till I left, I let God deal with it. It doesn't make sense. Why allow the evil to get a foothold? Coming here on YouTube and being in the rope sector was easy because that's what we did growing up. What they do on that now. Those were kiddie games. But I didn't like it back then. I didn't like it now. Until I learned how to fight, I used my mouth to fight with. That's why I was so good. I used my mouth to fight with. Until the day came when I realized I could throw somebody. I could do action instead of having to talk my way out of something. But I still prefer to talk my way out of something than to fight. But if somebody does something to me and it's not major, and I do mean major, I'll let God handle it. And see, here's the difference. If it's something that I can't ignore, that's in my face, I ask God to give me the power to handle it. It's got to be done right now. Give me the power to do it. I'm involving him. I'm throwing him to the side and saying, hey, I got this. Give me the power. This person won't stop hitting me. Every time I come out the house, he right there. Give me the power to hit him one time and knock him the heck out. I don't want to hurt him. If he grab me, give me the power, the arm drag him, the hip toss him. Give me the power to sidewalk slam him. Just make sure he don't get back up before I can walk away. That's all I ask. I don't ask to hurt nobody. I don't ask to be no hero. I don't ask people to come pat me on the back and say, oh, you did great, did that. People say when I fight, I'm preaching. I'm preaching as I'm striking. I don't leave God out of it. Every time I went to look for trouble, I got trouble back. When trouble came to find me, I always got out unscathed. When I went looking for the trouble, those are the only fights I lost. When I went looking, because I left God behind. Are you doing that? Are you leaving God behind? Are you willing to accept the evil so you can get your revenge? When you done that, you already lost. When you're willing to acknowledge evil and meet it head on. Because remember, we learned last week, when you see evil, you turn and you walk away. But if you run towards it, you don't have God's blessings. Don't expect him to help you out. He told you what to do, but you do what you want to do. As long as you do what you want to do, don't expect him to come help you. Don't expect it. Anybody have any questions about today's sermon? God got a plan for you. Don't let evil make a plan for you. Because that's all evil want, more recruits. Because the first thing evil like to say is, you talk about what I'm doing, he doing it, he doing it, he doing it. That's why they like to pick up followers. Don't be a follower of evil. Be an example. Be an example. Because you don't know who's looking at you. How do you bear fruit for Jesus? By getting people to want to be like you. And if you acting a fool, you're not bearing fruit. You bearing trash. And the people that look at you think that's how they supposed to act. Because like I said, no matter where you are in life, somebody want to be where you at. Somebody looking up to you. Whether you notice them or not. They say the streets got eyes. The streets see everything. Somebody see what you're doing. And if they want to be like you, they're going to do what you do. So if you do the right thing, they'll do the right thing. If you do the wrong thing, they're going to do the wrong thing. My stepfather used to like to watch gangster movies. I couldn't stand them, but we only had one TV at the time. So good we got our own TV. And these men would act all hard, and they would talk about, they would tell their sons, don't do this and don't do that, and then they go out there and kill somebody. Where do you think the children picked up that it's okay to kill somebody? And then they would join the family when they got older. And they'd be out there killing people. You set an example for somebody. Some of you set an example for a lot of people. And evil wants you to set their example so they can get more people to join their misery and bring misery on others. To the whole earth. We ain't doing nothing but making each other miserable. And God won't be able to save none of us. That's what evil wants. Evil know it's going. It was written thousands of years ago. He know he going. Him and his demons. They want you to go too. To punish God. They don't want God to have people to worship him. Because they love him and want to. So if you want to join them, I can't stop you. All I can do is warn you. So I hope y'all enjoyed tonight's sermon. I was really feeling bad earlier. I was like, we didn't do it last Saturday. And it was really nice today. It was 60 degrees out today. I really wanted to go for a bike ride. But we got a doctor's appointment tomorrow. So we'll do a bike ride after the appointment. I ordered some stuff off Amazon. And the remote for this projector should be here tomorrow. And I'll be able to lay down and fiddle with it. Trying to do it up here, it ain't the same when you land back there. It ain't the same. Because it don't look the same when you up on the screen and you back there. So I'm glad to be able to, I know what I'll be doing the next 3 days. I also got I got a step stool. And by the projector being way up here now, and I'm way back there, y'all know I got my video game system. I got a HDMI splitter that's wireless. So I'll be able to take the remote and I can switch between the PC and the video game. And I'm thinking about getting well, I already have one. I gotta find it. I actually have 2 Chromecasts. I just gotta find them. I'm thinking about putting a Chromecast in the and the third. It's got 3 slots. So I'm thinking the PC, the video game, and the Chromecast. But I use the PC, so really don't need the Chromecast. But I could get it. I really don't need it. The cheap Chinese one had the Android built in, and you could use it, you know, to watch Amazon Prime, Netflix, and Disney Plus, and the Hula Hoop and all that. But I can do that on the PC. I got the icons on the PC as we're sitting here looking at it. And, you know, I got the wireless keyboard and wireless mouse on the bed, so. And I got the wireless remote control. I still got the remote for the projector that's in the closet. I don't know why it's still sitting over there. But matter of fact, I need to plug this up. These are my batteries. No, you didn't need to move that. You need to move this. I don't believe it. I gotta go to the. Oh Lord, the battery went right through. I don't believe it. It's two batteries in here. The 2.1 under the bed. It got a remote. It's a remote for the video game system, and the remote for the Fire TV. It's on the floor right now. Hey, Baker. I ain't gonna turn the music on because it's too late. Y'all can just maintain for a minute. Sorry about that, guy. I had to go. Diabetic. Here we going to the heart failure clinic tomorrow. They don't give me a hard time. I know they is. I don't care. Matter of fact, I said I wasn't gonna buy nothing, but you know, but I put up extra money, so when the money on this card go, that's it. Pretty much. We're not doing no more shopping unless it's something gotta be a really good deal. Maybe we had to go hit that bank account. It's gotta really be a good deal. And that was a new window. Hold on. So, uh-oh. I didn't, the show ain't stopped, did it? Uh-oh, I might have messed up. Wait a minute. Hold on, sir. I might have messed up. Wait a minute. Okay, that's a show right there. Okay, so what's the other one? The Decipher. Okay. All right. So that's a chat. Y'all can see. All right. So open up a new window. All right. Can y'all see this on your TV screen? Yeah. Even with the lights on, look at them colors. Even with the lights on. That's why I say I can't wait for Wednesday. Hopefully, them lazy bums are ship it Monday like they did with this one. You know, that's daggone shame. So we got this the Thursday before last. Yeah, well, we got it a week ago. Not this Thursday, but Thursday before. I paid for it on Thursday because I got the video. We went and put the money on Cash App and paid for it. and they had all day Friday and all day Saturday to ship it, and they waited till Monday. And I asked them, please, you said you ship within 1 business day, and Friday, well, I bought it on Thursday. So you got Thursday, you got Friday, and you can ship on Saturday. And they chose to not do anything, and they ain't shipping until Monday, and we got it Monday afternoon, Wednesday afternoon. So we'll probably get the next one Wednesday afternoon. Now, like I say, I'm not as excited because I'm satisfied with this. But 3,000 to 1 contrast ratio versus 14,000 to 1 contrast ratio. That's a big difference, no matter how you slice it. And having the bulb last on eco mode, it can last 10,000 hours. So if it come here and it got 1,000 on it, or maybe 15, between 15 and 1,000 on it, I put it in eco mode, I might can get 8,000 hours. That means I won't have to buy another one until next year. And if I really enjoy it, I can buy a bug, but I can just go on eBay and get another one cheaper than I can get a bug for it. To be honest with you, I can go on eBay and get another one cheaper, and we'll step up. The beauty of now we're gonna have remotes is, well, I'll show you. The beauty of y'all saying, you had to buy 2 remotes. Yes, but look, this is for the 675, the 680. We got the 685. There's also, I'm sorry, no, we don't. We got 695. That's a 685. There's a 695. This is what we get, the 695. They got a 695 plus. They got a 696 UI, and they got a 710 UI. I looked at the 710 and the 696. The 710, remember I told you the one right here got 3,000 to 1 contrast ratio. The one we get in Wednesday got a 14,000 to 1. This 710U, it has 1.4 million contrast to 1. God, that's an upgrade. God darn. 1 million to 1 contrast ratio. Colors must jump off the daggone screen. I was like, wow. But this remote will work for all of these projectors. So that means if, let's say that the bulbs go up in these and I throw them in the trash and I'm looking on eBay, maybe I can't find that exact model. Now we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That remote works for 7 projectors, right? And I think that's coming Tuesday. Well, let's find out. Hold on a sec. Track shipment. It'll be here Wednesday. It'll be here the same day as the good. It'll be here the same day. Look at the shipment real quick. Where is it at? Wait a minute. What's today's date? The day the 5th, right? The day the 5th or 6th. Today's the 5th. It ain't 12 o'clock yet. So okay, so it arrived in Baltimore. It's in Baltimore at the distribution center. So it might be here tomorrow, if not Tuesday. But they haven't shipped the projector yet, so it don't matter. They haven't shipped the projector yet, but okay, it could be here Tuesday. See, we got 695 week. They haven't even shipped it yet. And when we ordered it 4 days ago and ain't done nothing. Now this one, I'm expecting tomorrow. This is the one for this remote right here. But if you notice, It covers the 475. It covers the 480. It covers the 485, which is what we have, and it covers, yeah. So it covers 1, 2, 3. So I can get any one of these three projectors: the 475, the 480, or the 480, 485. This remote works for all three. So that gives me 10 different projectors that, if need be in a pinch, I can buy. They give me choice. Ain't nothing more special than choice. Now this coming from China. It's brand new, and it's coming from China. And you can see right here, received by the post office in Baltimore at my post office, and at 12:14 on March the 4th. So it should be here tomorrow. So we should be getting the remote. And I can finally lay down and work this thing instead of having to sit in the chair and sit over it like this and look up at the screen. I can lay back and just. And there's things you can do on the remote that you can't do on the Witchcom. So but we're checking the owners, man. Well, like I said, we still got, we got the rest of the night, and then we got Monday, Tuesday, and then Wednesday, to use it. And then, like I said, I'll probably put it up and put the next one down. And so I shouldn't have to buy another projector to the end of the year. Maybe Christmas. Maybe Christmas, January, before I had to buy another one. So that's not bad. But that's what we waiting on eBay. Oh, and baby kitty litter. So what did we order? I ordered some Arm & Hammer for her litter box. We ordered the kitty litter. I bought some Arm & Hammer to mix in with her kitty litter because she ran out. And I got some laundry sheets. Y'all remember about a week and a half ago we went in the market and we bought the the laundry pods. It was 32 of them. We down to like 7. I do a lot of laundry. We down to like 7. And so I noticed that I came across these detergent sheets. And you get 160 sheets. And if you do a big load, you put 2 of them in there, so you can potentially do 80 large loads, or you can 160 regular loads. All we do is just ride around, so we don't have no heavy loads. But I'm gonna try one sheet and see how it works. But to be able to get even 80 loads for $10 versus spending $7 for 16 loads, or spending $14 for 32 loads. 10 something for 160, or worst case scenario 80. That's a deal. I don't care what you say. So we're gonna see how they work. I also got the razorless shaving cream. I got that. That's better than burning your head. We finally did it. I finally found a deal. Look at that. $12.99. $12.99. Folding step stool made out of iron. Okay? Made out of iron. Okay? So this is our third attempt at buying a step stool. This is our third attempt. This is our third attempt. This is our third attempt. Okay? Our third attempt. Because I need to get up there and patch this screen. It's coming down here a little bit. It's really making it hard to adjust to get it level because it's hanging down a bit at the top on the left hand side. It's not much, but that's because I got two screens up here and a sheet. I really need to yank all that down and redo it, but I need to yank it all down and redo it. But it's working, so it's kind of hard. You know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But it has a video. You can mute that music so I won't get flagged. And I'm sure my neighbors appreciate it. I just hope it's big enough. Now it says convey 450 pounds. And y'all saw in the ad, it said 450 pounds. In the ad, it said 450 pounds. In the ad, it said 450 pounds. In the ad, and the video, it said 450 pounds. But hold the press there, Nelly. Where did I say that? Hey, what are you doing? There it is. Look right here. It says it can carry 2 adults, right? Hold on a second. Maybe it's not that. Hold on. I know I read it somewhere. But y'all saw the video. It said 450 pounds. I ain't nowhere near 450 pounds. So I'm not particularly worried about it. But, tell you something here. And then. Yeah, I was looking on the phone. So seeing it on the PC is different. Oh, did they have an 11.5? Oh, they had a 13. Wait a minute, I'm mad now. They had no, that says 11.5 inch. Oh, I didn't see that. I would have got that. Oh, I would have got that. I didn't see it. Wait a minute, yes I did. It's the same ad. 9 inch, 10 point. This is what I got the 10.6. Hold on. So how big is this one? Wait a minute. Something ain't right. Hold on a second. Wait a minute. You see right here. You see 9 inch. You see 10.6. I got the 10.6. Yeah, so where's it? Hold on. This is what we got. We got the 10.6 inch. They got a 9 inch. They got an 8.3 inch. They got 11.5 inch. Oh, 13.8 inches wide, but still, where's the 11 at? Where's the 11 at? It's not showing 11. It's showing 9 inch or, yeah. What about if you go to black? Was it in the black? No, 9 inch. 7.6. And I wanted to get black. And they didn't have any. I'm mad now. I wanted to get, what color did we get? Did we get the green? Hold on. Let's back all the way up. Did we get the green? I bet you we got the green. I'm going to be mad now. Wait to see how it look. Which one did we get? Ah, we got the green. But you see, 9-inch, 10.6-inch. And see, I hit the black. Yesterday, they didn't have any black. I'm mad now. Same price, I could have got black. I could have got it in black. Well, I don't care. It's only a step stool. I ain't even gonna sweat it. It's only a step stool. But y'all saw in the video, it said 450 pounds. Let's scroll down. What are you looking at? We're looking for the weight limit. Notice they ain't mentioning the weight limit. It took me a minute to find it. There it is. Maximum weight recommendation, 500 pounds. Y'all saw in the video, it said 450 pounds. You see it right here. 500 pounds. It took a minute to find it. So now this was only what was it? 12, what was it? Oh, the two of them together were 28.60. We also got this. This is an HDMI switch. So the PC, go right here and input 1. Input 2 is going to be the video game. Y'all know I got the video game with 600 something games on it. This is going to be free. Like I said, I might put a Chrome stick or something there, but you know, I use the PC. And then this come out to the projector. So you got 3 inputs. But what makes this special is, check out the remote. Turn it on and off. You got 1, 2, 3. So you get to pick. So that means all I gotta do, pick the remote up, hit 2 on it, pick up the little wireless controller, and play my game. Nothing else. That's all I gotta do. So that was worth the money. And the cheap Chinese projector didn't have a problem with that one I got off Amazon, that splitter, 2-to-1. But all the projectors had a problem with it, so we need to replace it anyway. For some reason the office projectors didn't like the one we had. Cheap. So it comes with a USB cable. It's a USB in the back. I don't know how many is the one coming Wednesday. The one coming Wednesday might have 2 back there. If it got 2 back there, I can put the game and that there. And if not, I can use, if it has 1, I can use 1 and use the other one the other USB port on the back of the Xfinity router. I actually had the zapper plugged into 1, and it's not even on. It turned itself off. It ain't time for it anyway. Now, before I wind up spending the money up, before I wind up spending the money up, because I ain't forgot, before I told you, when the car get low, that's it. When the car get low, that's it. All right, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. 5G, low to high. Let's get it. I already see it's out of stock. Now y'all see, this is 150. This is 150. The Samsung Galaxy A14 5G. Look, out of stock. Guess when it became out of stock? It became out of stock 1 a.m. when it was time to get my daggone money. Evil said, heck no. Evil said, heck no. It's out of stock. Some of you are saying, well, get the other one. You want 5G, right? You want it for the mobile lives that y'all don't even watch? Well, there's a problem with that phone. See, so it's $199. And the only other 5G phones, that's $240, $299, $361. I ain't paying that much. Different if people actually watch, it'd be something different. Now, this phone has image stabilization, so we could use it. But the problem is, ladies and gentlemen, the problem with this phone is that it doesn't have the proper bands for Verizon. It has Verizon has two different 5Gs. It got the common 5G and it got the good 5G. You understand what I'm saying? It got the common 5G, it got the good 5G. And Verizon is still building that network. And the 5G that this phone using, it's starting to be like 3G. It's getting outdated. So this phone doesn't have the bands to pick up the C band that Verizon developing right now. It doesn't have the WCB. I'm trying to say it right. WCCM band. Y'all can Google it if you don't believe me. The phone is called the TLC 28 5G. It's an older phone, so it don't have the technology for the real 5G. We was going to get the Samsung A14 5G, but they sold out. It's on sale for $200. I've been watching it the past 2 weeks. You can see $199. I'd rather pay the $50 to be able to get all the bands. You understand what I'm saying? Then it'd be cheap, and then had to buy another one when Verizon stopped using that one and go with the C band and the WCCB. Then I had to buy another phone, so it don't make sense to buy that phone, and then probably by next year it won't be no good for 5G. So I guess we had to wait. And the sad part, I said, well, okay, well then maybe since the Samsung keep cutting off during the live streams, maybe I'll just buy another one. And it don't have to be 5G, right? Maybe I'll get one, that's not 5G. Let me hit the refresh button here. And let's scroll down. So the day used to have $50 phones, $90 phones. So, wait a minute, I went too far. So I'm gonna show y'all how evil do it. So low to high. What's the lowest phone they got? $100. The lowest phone they got is $100 now. Well, what happened to the $50 blade? What happened to this phone that was $79? What happened to it? I wouldn't have bought this phone anyway. But now the cheapest phone is $100. All of a sudden. All of a sudden, the cheapest phone is now $100. They used to have a $50 phone or $60. Remember, we got the Samsung for $60. This cheap thing. And look. Let me find the Samsung. There it is right there. We got this for $60 2 months ago. Look at the price. They're asking $160. And they lied and said this was 5G. That's why we got it. It was only $60 and they said it was 5G and it was a Samsung. This phone's slower than dirt. It's a Samsung, but it's a budget Samsung. I feel sorry for the people that's gonna pay $160. I know people getting mad. They probably sending them phones back like crazy. Cause I was tempted to send it back. But they were sold out of the one I wanted. And then they sold out again. So whenever I got the money, it's sold out. Oops. Oh, we on the wrong thing. Now go back to 5G. And sort by low to high. And you already see it out of stock. You see it. Out of stock, baby. So we was gonna get it. So that's why I went on and got the projector. That's why I went on and got the projector. And like I said, y'all, the projector was doing all that flickering. It's only done it once since then. That's why I say evil know what it's doing. But so we had to wait to get some more stock. I'm hoping that one of these come on sale. The Motorola One 5G or the Blade X1 5G or this one. The Galaxy A23 5G. If that come down to 200, I'll buy it. They asking 300 right now. That's too much. I could be buying something else. They got an iPhone for 361. Never had an iPhone before, but the iPhone dropped down to 200. I'll give it a shot. I know for a fact the 360 degree camera work with the iPhone. It don't want to work with the Android phones. Shoot. You'll be able to do live streaming in 360 degree. Oh, ooh, child. Things are going to get easier. But, like I said, the S8 on its last leg. But we might have to go one more month with the S8. And I can hold off on the summer clothes for another month. So next month we'll probably get the Well, I'll tell y'all this. If it come off sale. Now, it's been 2 months. This phone should be unlocked. So I should be able to take the card out of here, the Obama phone card. I should be able to take it from out of here and put it in here. This phone should be unlocked. So I should be able to use the Obama phone and that phone. And then, we'll have 2 Samsungs. Well, the other the Samsung S8 is on the bed over there. So technically, we do have 2 Samsungs, but 2 up-to-date Samsungs. 2 up-to-date ones. So all right, y'all. It's 12:18. Let me let y'all. Let y'all get out of here. You know the one thing I like about this projector? The colors. I mean, the green is actually green. And I don't even have it all the way up. The red is bright red. It's not pink. The blues are actually blue. Love it. Like I said, I could put it in eco mode, but why? I got one coming Wednesday. I probably got about 80 days. Oh, the video up, even though it's only half the video, but the video is up. Hey, there we are. Give myself a thumbs up.
But the video is up. Hey, there we are.
Is anybody even watching?
Give myself a thumbs up. But the video is up. Hey, there we are.
Hey, take me back up. Go to videos. Only 4 of y'all watched the video? That's not good. Come on. There it is.
Can you see it? Can you see it? Right on in. Can you see it?
It's flat.
They're trying to see when you pay our rent twice. I mean, sure I got to put it in there. What you do with it, I gotta put it in there, that's problem, I know.
Uh-oh. I didn't see the white lady right there, too, but she might have run him out. That guy still fucking. What was the day I took y'all out and we saw the river? The stream. Was it? No, it wasn't this day. Oh, dang. No, it wasn't that day. This day we went and got the prescriptions. Hey, let me see. No. He's saying jump down. I think this is it right here. volume down. Here we go. Here we go, y'all. Look, I think I'm lying. That's either Doug or D Diggy. That's either Doug or D Diggy. That's how he moved. All right, we're not gonna use that 4096 setting at 24 frames anymore. Nah, I don't like that. I like it smooth. Alright, so I showed y'all the string, like I said. Alrighty, y'all. Let me get out of here. Hope y'all have a great night. And I'll see y'all tomorrow. Got a doctor's appointment. I'm gonna go watch the pay-per-view. The wrestling pay-per-view came on tonight. AEW Revolution. So I'm gonna fall asleep to that because I gotta get up and go to the doctor's tomorrow. But we did laundry today. I even washed the bathroom rugs. They still in the dryer. Sorry, y'all. Thanks for watching. Y'all have a great night, and I'll see y'all next time. Peace, everybody. I'm out.